Hello everyone, welcome to the Chemical Safety Technology course. I am your instructor, Suo Yanbo. In this session, we will explore the preparatory work required before safe maintenance of chemical plants. What preparatory work is required for the safe maintenance of chemical plants? Today, we will share our insights with you on two key aspects: the classification and characteristics of chemical plant maintenance. Preparatory work for chemical plant maintenance. First, the classifications and characteristics of chemical plant maintenance. First, plant maintenance and equipment maintenance can be divided into scheduled and unscheduled maintenance. Scheduled maintenance refers to the organized, prepared, and planned maintenance of equipment carried out by an enterprise based on equipment management and usage experience, as well as the condition of the equipment. Scheduled maintenance can be further categorized into major overhauls, intermediate overhauls, and minor overhauls. Since chemical plants are a complex system comprising equipment, machinery, and utility systems, plant maintenance is far more complex than the maintenance of a single piece of equipment or machine. Unscheduled maintenance refers to emergency repairs conducted due to sudden equipment failures or accidents that cause temporary shutdowns of equipment or the plant. Unplanned maintenance cannot be anticipated or scheduled in advance. It requires short turnaround times, high-quality work, and is carried out under complex environmental and operational conditions, making it particularly challenging. Compared to maintenance in other industries, maintenance of chemical production facilities is characterized by its complexity and high level of risk. Since the equipment used in chemical production facilities, such as furnaces, towers, reactors, vessels, machinery, pumps, tanks, and pools, is mostly non-standardized, with a wide variety of types and specifications, personnel engaged in maintenance work must possess extensive knowledge and technical skills, as well as a thorough understanding of the structure, performance, and characteristics of different pieces of equipment. Plant maintenance is characterized by a wide range of tasks, tight schedules, multiple trades, vertical and horizontal operations, simultaneous work inside and outside equipment, and the fact that most equipment is located outdoors or in semi-open areas. Maintenance operations are constrained by environmental and climatic conditions. Additionally, temporary personnel, such as external maintenance workers, frequently enter the site and are unfamiliar with the work environment, further contributing to the complexity of chemical plant maintenance. The high level of risk inherent in chemical production inherently makes plant maintenance operations highly hazardous as well. Furthermore, due to the complexity of chemical production facilities and equipment, flammable, explosive, and toxic substances may still be present in equipment and pipelines even after thorough purging and replacement prior to maintenance. Maintenance operations inevitably involve hot work, excavation, and work in confined spaces, which objectively create conditions for accidents such as fires, explosions, poisoning, chemical burns, falls from heights, and strikes by falling objects. Practice has shown that accidents are most likely to occur during the shutdown, maintenance, and restart phases of production facilities. According to statistics among major accidents occurring at Sinopec Corporation, those occurring during plant maintenance accounted for 42.63% of the total. Due to the complexity of chemical plant maintenance operations and the difficulty of conducting safety training, it is challenging to ensure that all personnel entering the maintenance site possess a high level of safety knowledge and skills, and it is also difficult to ensure that safety measures are consistently implemented. Therefore, chemical plant maintenance is characterized by high risk, which also underscores the critical importance of safety work in chemical plant maintenance. Below, we will examine the preparatory work required before shutting down a chemical plant for maintenance. Preparatory work prior to the shutdown and maintenance of chemical plants is a key prerequisite for ensuring that the plant is shut down, repaired, and restarted properly. It must be carried out under centralized leadership with coordinated planning and unified arrangements, and must include the implementation of the four fixes: fixing the project, quality schedule, and personnel, and the 8 implementations. Implementation of work in 8 areas: organization, mindset tasks, materials including raw materials and spare parts, labor tools, construction plans, and safety measures. In addition, the preparatory work should also include the following points. First, establish a maintenance command center. To strengthen centralized leadership, unify planning, and unified command for the shutdown and maintenance work, a command center with unimpeded information flow and rapid decision-making must be established to ensure the safe and smooth progress of the shutdown and maintenance. A command center must be established before maintenance begins, with clear division of labor, each unit performing its duties and each bearing its respective responsibilities. Second, develop a safety maintenance plan. For plant shutdown, maintenance, and startup plans, along with corresponding safety measures, must be formulated. These plans shall be prepared by safety and equipment-related professionals from the maintenance unit, completed in the format specified in the equipment maintenance task order. Key contents include maintenance, duration, equipment, name, scope of work, quality standards, work procedures, construction methods, lifting plans, and safety and technical measures. The plan must also clearly designate the construction supervisor, the safety officer for the maintenance project, and the personnel responsible for implementing safety measures. It should further include flow diagrams for equipment, purging, flushing, and blanking. In particular, a reasonable schedule must be established to ensure maintenance quality. After preparation, the plan must undergo step-by-step approval by the preparer, the equipment director, the mechanical and electrical department, production dispatch, the fire department, and the safety and technology department. It shall be implemented only after revisions and refinements. Plans for major or high-risk projects must be approved by the plant manager in charge or the chief engineer and published in writing to be strictly enforced. The determination of maintenance items directly dictates the scale of the shutdown and the duration of the maintenance period. Generally, plant maintenance plans consist of the following components. First, issues and potential hazards that arise during normal production and cannot be resolved, such as the replacement of leaking valves in the process flow or leak points. Second, implementation of technical improvements during the unit's production process. Third, routine inspections and cleaning, such as periodic inspections and cleaning of pressure vessels and pressure pipelines. Fourth, maintenance and upgrades of instrumentation and electrical equipment. 3. Formulation of maintenance safety measures. In addition to existing safety measures for hot work, excavation work, inside tanks, working at heights, and lifting operations, corresponding safety measures should be formulated based on the content and scope of the maintenance work. 4. Employee training prior to maintenance. This includes safety training for maintenance, as well as training on plant startup or shutdown procedures and project-specific process handling. If major plant modifications require amendments to operating procedures, these procedures must be drafted and approved in advance, and operators must be trained before maintenance begins. 5. Comprehensive inspection and elimination of hazards. Prior to plant shutdown for maintenance, the Maintenance Command Center should organize teams to conduct a comprehensive and detailed inspection of pre-shutdown preparations. Before maintenance work begins, all tools, equipment, and devices to be used, particularly lifting equipment, scaffolding, climbing equipment, ventilation equipment, lighting equipment, respiratory protection equipment, and firefighting equipment must be prepared and inspected by designated personnel. Inspectors must carefully record the inspection results, sign off on them, and file the records. In this lesson, we have learned about the classification and characteristics of chemical plant maintenance, as well as the preparatory work required before maintenance. That concludes this lesson. For your homework, please reflect on the following questions. What are the characteristics of chemical plant maintenance? Based on your own work experience, how can you ensure safe maintenance practices? Alright, that concludes this session. See you in the next class.